Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you. Good morning, all of you. Today, we are going to see the second part of the lesson number 14, that is substances in common use. Myself, Ashok Gadge from Shahjanagar BMC English Secondary School. We will quickly recap the previous part 1. First, we have seen the important salts in day-to-day life. That is NaCl. The chemical name of NaCl is sodium chloride. We call it as a table salt, which is common name. Next was NaHCO3. The chemical name of NaHCO3 is sodium bicarbonate. That is baking soda. Next, Na2CO3. Chemical name of Na2CO3 is sodium carbonate, and commonly we call as a washing soda. Next, we have seen CaOCl2, calcium oxychloride. That is the chemical name of CaOCl2, and commonly we call as a bleaching powder. We have seen what are salts. The salts are the ionic compounds which do not have H plus ion and OH minus ion, and they contain only one kind of cation and anion are called as a simple salt. For example, Na2SO4, K3PO4, CaCl2. Shortly, we will see Na2SO4 is formed by a -2 charge on the SO4 is fulfilled by +1 charge of 2 Na molecules. Next, K3PO4 in this salt, -3 charge on PO4 radical is fulfilled by +1 charge of 3 potassium radicals. Next, CaCl2 in this salt, +2 charge on calcium is fulfilled by -1 charge of 2 chlorine radicals. Therefore, in those examples, we have seen that there is no H plus ion and OH minus ion. So what is acid and what is base? An acid is a substance which on dissolving in water gives rise to H plus ions only as a cation. For example, HCl, H2SO4, H2CO3. Next, base is the substance which on dissolving in water give rise to only OH minus ion as only anions. For examples, NaOH and CaOH twice. Next, we have seen that what do you mean by acidic salt, what do you mean by neutral salt, and what do you mean by basic salts. So the salt having pH value is equal to 7 is a neutral salt. It is made up from strong acid and strong base reaction. The salt is acidic when the pH is less than 7. So this salt is a result of reaction between strong acid and weak base. So we get acidic salt. The last one, that is acidic basic salt, is the salt which having pH more than 7. It is formed by reaction of weak acid with a strong base. Now we will see we have seen crystalline salt. What do you mean by crystalline salt? What do you mean by water of crystallization? The water of crystallization means the having a fixed number of molecules present in one formula of a unit of salt. The substance in our daily life use which contain water of crystallization. First is alum, having 24 water of crystallization. Borax having 10, Epsom salt 7, barium chloride 2, and sodium sulfate, that is 10. So you can easily identify how many H2O molecules are there in that chemical formula. From that, you can consolidate that how many crystalline water of crystalline molecules are there in that particular salt. So next concept we have seen, that is soap. Soaps are when oil or animal fat is boiled with aqueous solution of sodium or potassium hydroxide. The sodium or potassium salt of carboxylic acid, that is fatty acid, are formed. And these acid are called as a soap. Next, what are detergent? Detergents is a surfactant or the mixture of surfactant with cleansing properties when in dilute solution. Now, what is the difference we have seen in between soap and detergent? Soap are made up of from neutral ingredient and detergents are natural ingredient. Detergent are synthetic, that is man-made derivatives. Sodium or potassium salts of carboxylic acid are called as a soap, whereas sodium or potassium salts of long alkyl chain that terminate into sulfonate group is called as a detergent. Soap will leave a film, detergent are free rinsing. Hard water is enemy of soap, whereas detergent can work in any level of hardness of water. Commercial soap production utilizes various expensive natural resources like vegetable oils, but detergents are typically which consume fewer natural resources in manufacturing processes. Next, what is the difference between bathing soap and washing soap? We have seen that high grade fats and oils are used in bathing soap, but in washing soap, low grade fats and oils are used. Next, hard water is okay. Bathing soap are the potassium salts of long chain fatty acid. Washing soap are the sodium salts of long chain fatty acids. Bathing soap are usually soft. Washing soap are usually hard. Bathing soap contain free from alkali, ensure that there will be no skin injury, but in washing soap, they contain some residual alkalians. Now we will move on to the second part, in which we will see what do we mean by radioactive substances, what will be the nature of that radiations, radioactive radiations, what is the experiment which is done by Henry Becquerel. There are some chemical substances which are used in day-to-day life. First, radioactive substances. Elements with high atomic number have a property of spontaneously emitting invisible, highly penetrating, and a high energy radiation. And this property is called as for example, uranium, thorium, and radium. The substance having this property is called as a radioactive substance. The nucleus of that radioactive element is unstable. Radiation occurs from an unstable nucleus. So next we will see what will be the radiation of nature of radioactive radiations. In 1989, Rutherford discovered that the radiations emitted by radium were of two types. They are of two types. One is alpha and beta radiation. Willard discovered the third type, that is gamma radiation. When these rays are allowed to pass through two oppositely charged plates, they get separated. And this method was introduced by Rutherford in 1902. So that is the experiment where Rutherford and Willard studied the radiations emitted by radioactive substances. This is the lead box in which this radioactive material is placed. This is the slit from which a single ray is passed. These are two oppositely charged plates, electrically charged, having opposite charge, plus and minus charge is there. And here there is a separation of alpha, beta, and gamma rays, and which is detected by photographic plate, which is placed in between the path. Now, for this purpose, the rays were allowed to pass through an electrical field and the photographic plate was held in their path. And we got the observation. It was found that the radiation was divided into three types. One type of radiation deviated slightly towards negatively charged plate. Second type of radiation deviated substantially towards the oppositely charged plate, positively charged plate. And the third type of radiation did not deviate at all in electrical field. So here we can conclude that the rays which deviated slightly towards negatively charged plate are called as alpha rays. The rays which deviate substantially towards the positively charged plate are called beta rays. And the third one, the rays which do not deviate at all, are called as a gamma rays. So student, here we cleared the concept. Now the scientist, that is French scientist Henry Becquerel, was studying this pitchable pitch blended, which is the compound of uranium. Now he done the experiment. First, he kept some unused photographic plate in a cardboard box in a drawer. These are the photographic plates. He placed the key. Key was placed there. Here the copper cross is placed, and he left the uranium compound. Here the uranium compound is there. And now after few days, he washed that plates and observed, only to find that the plate were cloudy and showed the shape of the key. So from there, as this incidents occur in a dark, Becquerel inferred that the uranium compound might be emitting from their interiors the rays like X-rays which penetrate the substance. These rays are called as a Becquerel rays. After few days, Madame Curie discovered similar properties in thorium. That was the experiment. Again, it was Ernest Rutherford. The scientist from New Zealand did the research on radioactivity under the guidance of J.J. Thomson at the Cavendish Laboratory at Cambridge and McGill University, Canada. So the Rutherford showed that the nitrogen compound could be split by bombarding it with alpha particles. Again, in this experiment, this is the lead box. The radioactive material is placed here, and this one is a gold foil. These are the photographic plate which are for reflecting those rays to detect those rays. This experiment ushered in a new era in the field of physics. So alpha, beta, and gamma rays. The nature of alpha particle, these are current of alpha particle, that is He plus particle, current of beta particle, that is minus charge is there, and these are electronegative electromagnetic radiations are there. Mass 4.022 unit. Beta rays having 0.000548 unit, and gamma rays have no mass. Charge plus 2 charge on alpha, minus 1 charge on beta, and gamma rays are electrically neutral. Velocity 1/5 to 1/20 times of that of the velocity of light. In gamma rays, beta rays having 1/5 to 10/9 times velocity of light, and gamma rays same as the velocity of light. Next property of alpha rays, that is deviation in electrical field. They are attracted towards negatively charged. Alpha rays are attracting towards negatively charged. Beta rays are attracting towards positively charged, and gamma rays are undeviated, that is not deviated through any one of them. Penetrating power, alpha rays can penetrate an aluminum sheet of thickness 0.22 millimeter. Beta rays can penetrate aluminum sheet of thickness 2 mm, which is 100 times than the penetration of alpha particles. And gamma rays can penetrate 50 centimeter thick lead screen, which is 10,000 time penetration of alpha particles. Now, next property is ionization power. Alpha particles, alpha rays are very high, having very high ionization power. Beta rays are low, and gamma rays are very low. Power of produce in fluorescence. Alpha rays are very high fluorescent, beta rays are very low, and gamma rays are lowest. Now, next topic, that is, what do you mean by isotopes? So, atoms with the same atomic number but different atomic mass number are called as isotopes. Now, next, what do you mean by isobars? Atoms with same atomic mass number but different atomic number are called as isobars. And the third one, that is isomers, the compounds, these are the compounds with same molecular formula but different structure. So we are going to study only isotopes, but you should know what do you mean by isotope, isobars, and isomers also. So here the concept is getting cleared. What do you mean by isotopes? Here is a carbon atom is having 12 atomic number and atomic mass number. Atomic number is 6, atomic mass number is 12, C12, and C13 is having 13 atomic mass number. Here different elements are showing hydrogen, carbon, oxygen, chlorine, potassium, and uranium. These are some isotopes having isotopes. Hydrogen is having 3 isotopes, carbon is having 3 isotopes, oxygen is having 3 isotopes, chlorine is having 2 isotopes, potassium is having 2 isotopes, uranium is having 2 isotopes. So next, what do you mean by isobars? Now here argon, potassium, and calcium are, for example, here argon is having atomic number 18, atomic mass number is 40, atomic mass number is same 40, 40, 40, argon, krypton, and calcium. So here atomic number is different for those elements. So again, atomic equivalent atomic mass number is 37. So atomic number is same. Now, next we have seen, we will see that what do you mean by isomers. There are 2 types of isomers are there. First is structural isomerism and next is stereoisomerism. Now next, radioactive isotopes. What do you mean by radioactive isotopes? These are the isotopes of atom that emits radiations. Why they are radiating, why they are emitting radiations. The radioactive elements emit ionizing radiations as their atoms undergo radioactive decay. Those radioactive decay in the emission of energy in the form of ionizing radiation. So now uses of radioactive isotopes. It is the misconception that radioactive elements are only used for making atomic bomb. That is the misconception in the people, but radioactive isotopes are very much useful in various fields like scientific research, agricultural, uh, uh, industrial, and medical field. Now we will see in detail. Radioactive substances are also used in two ways. First, by using the radiation alone, and second one by using the radioactive element itself. Now, what is the neutral radioactivity? Generally, elements with atomic number 82 to 92, that is in the 6th and 7th group, 7th period. Here are the group 1 to 18 and the periods 1 to 7. So here in the 6th and 7th period, these radioactive elements are kept. These are called as a natural radioactive element. Now, artificial radioactive elements, the couple that is Frederick Curie and Aaron Curie first invented induce radioactivity. The radioactive elements produced in the nuclear fission produces brought about in the laboratory by the bombardment of particles called as artificial radioactive element. They were awarded Nobel Prize in 1935 for this invention. Radioactive isotopes are used in various fields. First is industrial fields. First for radiography, measurement of thickness, density, and level. Luminescent paint and radioluminescence. Next, use in ceramic articles. Next field is field of agriculture. In the field of agriculture for higher productivity, food preservation, tracing, for tracing various crops in research. Next field is a medical science, polycythemia, bone cancer, hyperthyroidism, and tumor detection are the field where these radioactive elements are used, radioactive isotopes are used. First, we will see industrial field. Radiography, internal cracks and voids in the cast, iron articles and iron solders can be detected with the help of gamma rays. For this purpose, isotopes like cobalt 60, iridium 192, these are the used by radiography camera. This technique is used for detecting flaws in metal work. Now, next is measurement of thickness, density, and level. It is necessary to maintain the required thickness in the manufacture of aluminum, plastic, iron sheet of differing thickness. In the manufacturing process, the radioactive substance is placed on one side and the instrument to measure radiation on other. The radiation read by the measuring instrument varies with the thickness of the sheet. So materially inside a packing can also be examined with the help of same technique. Now, luminescent paint and radioluminescence. The radioactive substances like radium, promethium, tritium with some phosphor are used to make certain objects visible in the dark. For example, the hands of clock and certain visible in certain other objects. Krypton 85 is used in HID, that is high intensity discharge, that is lamp, while promethium 147 is used in portable X-ray unit as the source of beta rays. Now, next in ceramic article, luminescence color are used to decorate ceramic tiles, utensils, plates. Earlier, uranium oxide was used in these paints. Now, in agricultural field, the genes and chromosome that gives seeds a specific properties like fast growth, higher productivity, etc. can be modified by means of radiation. The radioactive isotope cobalt-60 is used for food preservation. Onions, potatoes are irradiated with the gamma rays from cobalt-60 to prevent their sprouting. Strontium-19 is used as a stressor in research on various crops to identify the location of that gene alleles. In medical science, first, that is polycythemia. The red blood cell count increases in the disease polycythemia. Phosphorus 32 is used in its treatment. Next, bone cancer, strontium 89, strontium 90, and samarium 153 and radium 223 are used in the treatment of bone cancer. Next, hyperthyroidism, that is the common disease, enlargement of thyroid gland, weight loss in spite of appetite, insomnia are some symptoms of hyperthyroidism. Now, it occurs due to overproduction of hormones by the thyroid gland. So here, iodine 123 is used for treatment of hyperthyroidism. Now, next is a tumor detection. Here, boron 10, iodine 131, and cobalt 60 are used for brain tumor, for treatment of brain tumor. Arsenic 74 is used for detection of small tumors in the body. Next, which are the hazards for radioactive substances and radiation? Which are the drawbacks? The central nervous system is first affected by radioactive radiations. Hereditary defects are generated by bombardment of radiation on DNA in the body. Radioactive radiation can penetrate the skin and cause diseases like skin cancer, leukemia. The radioactive pollutants, which are created due to explosion, enter the body through air, and it is difficult to control them. Now, next one is the radioactive pollutants released in the sea, which enters the bodies of fish, and through them, it will be entering in our body. The radioactive paint also on the watch, it can cause, in some cases, it will cause a cancer. The radioactive isotopes, that is strontium 90, can enter the body through plants, fruits, flowers, cereals, milk, and it will cause disease like bone cancer and leukemia. Now, one of the favorite or the popular disaster, that is Chernobyl gas explosion on 26 April 1986, the graphite reactor in the Chernobyl atomic power plant exploded, and suddenly there was a radioactive isotopes and radiations come out of that Chernobyl factory. And here, due to this episode, the radioactive isotopes enter the human body through water and land, and it causes genetic disorders. You very much known about genetic disorders. These got carried further into next generation. Thyroid disorders increase in the children as well as adult. And as a result, the incidence of throat disease is greater there than in other places. Now we will move on to the next topic, that is some chemical substances in day-to-day life. The following things affect our life, affect our health directly or indirectly. Okay. The first, which is food that we eat. Second, objects like cloth, utensils, watches, medicines, and other objects which are made from various kinds of matter. It will affect directly or indirectly on your health. So we will see about some here. Sweet shop looks attractive because of various colorful sweets which are displayed there. Which colors are used in these substances? The answer is these are the edible colors. Yes, the edible colors are used in those sweets. Now we will see about food colors and essence. First, food colors are mixed in soft drinks and food stuff which are available in the market. These food colors are in the form of powder, gel, and paste. Now, these food colors are used in domestic as well as commercial products. Certain colors and essence are added to ice cream, ice candies, sauce, fruit juices, cool drink, pickle, jam, and jelly. Now, food colors are often found to be added to the packaged meat, that is chicken and mutton, chili powder, turmeric, sweets, and other similar products, so as to give them a very good color and attractive color. Now, what are the harmful effects of these artificial color? First, these food colors are added to pickle, jam, and sauce. It contains small quantity of lead and mercury. These can be harmful for those who consume it regularly. Diseases like ADHD, that is attention deficit hyperreactivity disorder, can affect children due to excessive consumption of the food which is added by the food color added food. Now, usage of natural food color is always good. Why it is so? The food colors are natural as well as artificial. The food colors prepared from seeds, beetroot, flowers, and fruit concentrate as natural food colors. Tetrazine, sunset yellow are the artificial food colors which are used extensively. However, overconsumption of artificial color can be detrimental to the health. Therefore, there should be usage of natural food colors will be always good for your health. Now, student, we will go through some question answers. First, dash is used in the treatment of hyperthyroidism. So here answer, iodine 123 is used to treatment of hyperthyroidism. So here you should know that for detection of the disease, also iodine, small dose of iodine is used, and for treatment also there is a use of this radioactive substance. Now next, what do you mean by radioactivity? Answer, the property of spontaneous emitting of invisible, high penetrating and high energy radiation of element with high atomic number is called as a radioactivity. For example, uranium, thorium, radium. Next question, when is the nucleus said to be unstable? Here answer, where in the industrial field is radioactivity used? We have seen that industrial field, then we have seen medical agricultural field. Here we have we saw that the in agricultural field also it is used. In industrial field, radiography, measurement of thickness, density and level, luminescent paint and radioluminescence. Next, use in ceramic articles. So in industries, first is radiography. We have seen the internal cracks of those metals are detected by cobalt 60, iridium 192. These are used in the radiographic camera. And this technique is also used for detecting flaws of metalwork. Luminescent paint and radioluminescent. Here, the radioactive substance like radium, promethium, tritium with some phosphor are used to make certain objects visible in the dark. For example, the hands of clock, certain other objects. Krypton 85 is also used in HID, that is high intensity discharge lamp, while promethium 147 is used as a portable X-ray unit in as the source of beta rays. Next, measurement of thickness, density, and level. It is necessary to maintain required thickness of that material. So in that manufacturing process, the radioactive substance is placed on the one side and the instrument to the other side. So radiation read by the measuring instrument varies with the thickness of that sheet. So material inside the packaging can also be examined by the same technique. Next, use in ceramic article, luminescence colors are used for decorating the ceramic tiles, utensils, and plates. Earlier, uranium oxide, which was used in these paints also. Now, next question. When the radiation come out from the certain radioactive substances is passed through an electric field, marks are found at 3 places on the photographic place, which is placed in the path. So answer, the radiation come out from radioactive substance which fall on the photographic plate. When photographic plate is developed, the 3 distinct spots are observed on the plate. This shows that the radiation are split up into 3 parts in presence of electric field. Radiations which are deflected towards negative plate are called as alpha rays. Radiations which are deflected towards positive plate are called as a beta rays, and the radiations which are deflected, which are not deflected by electric field are called as a gamma rays. Next, the question that is uses of radioactive substance. First, that is industrial field, radiography, measurement of thickness, intensity level, luminescence paint and radioluminescence used in ceramic article. Next is a field of agriculture. In agricultural field, higher productivity, food preservation, tracer in the research of various crops. Next is a medical field in polycythemia, bone cancer, hyperthyroidism, and tumor detection. In those 3 fields, these radioactive substances are used. Now, in radiography, internal cracks which are detected by isotopes like cobalt 60, iridium 192. This technique is also used for detecting flaws in metals. Luminescent paint and radioluminescence. Radioactive substances like radium, promethium, tritium with some phosphor are used to make certain objects which are visible in dark. For example, hands of clock, certain other objects. Krypton 85 is used in HID, that is high intensity discharge lamp, while promethium 147 is used in portable X-ray unit, which is source of beta rays. Now, in measurement of thickness, density, and level, the instrument which is used for thickness, it is in use in manufacturing process. Radioactive substances placed on one side and the measuring instrument is kept on the other side. The radiations read by measuring instrument varies with their thickness of that sheet. So material inside the packaging can be also examined with the same technique. Next, in use in ceramic tiles, ceramic articles, luminescence colors are used for decorating those tiles, utensils, plates. Earlier, uranium oxide was used for this purpose. Next, field of agriculture. In this field, the genes and chromosomes that give rise to seeds, which are having properties like fast growth, higher productivity, can be modified by means of radiation. So radioactive isotopes like cobalt-60 is used for food preservation. Onion, potatoes are irradiated with gamma rays from cobalt-60 to prevent their sprouting. Strontium-90 is used as a tracer in research of various crops. Next, medical science, polycythemia. It is the disease of blood cell count increases in this disease. Phosphorus-32 is used for this purpose. Bone cancer, strontium-89, strontium-90, samarium-153, radium-223 are used in the treatment of bone cancer. Hyperthyroidism, enlargement of thyroid gland, first symptom. Second, weight loss in spite of appetite. Insomnia are some of the symptoms of hyperthyroidism. It occurs due to overproduction of hormones by thyroid gland. Iodine 123 is used in the treatment of hyperthyroidism. Next is tumor detection. Boron 10, iodine 132, cobalt 60 are used in the treatment of brain tumor. Arsenic 74 is used in the detection of small tumors in the body. Thank you. Yes. Anybody?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Student, if you have any doubts, you can raise your hands.
Yes, Anisha.
Anisha, you can unmute yourself.
Anu Triveni Chauhan. If you don't have any question, we will wind up this session. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.